Henry, most people live on autopilot, angry, triggered, reactive. Someone cuts them off in traffic, they explode. One rude comment, they spiral for hours. But what if you could break that cycle for good? What if you could train your mind to stay calm, even when everything around you is trying to pull you into chaos? That's what the Stoics mastered. They didn't just control their actions. They controlled the space between impulse and response. And today, you'll learn how to do the same. Here are 5 Stoic lessons that will help you stop reacting and start thinking. Let's begin. 1. The pause is power. Every reaction begins with a spark, something someone says, something unexpected that hits a nerve. But the Stoics believed your power lies in what happens next. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So before you speak, before you lash out, pause. Just 3 seconds of silence can change everything. That pause is where your wisdom lives. You don't have to answer the insult. You don't have to match the chaos. You can pause, breathe, and choose a better response. And to respond wisely, you must understand what emotions are really doing to your mind. 2. Emotions are data, not commands. Most people treat emotions like orders. I feel angry, so I must yell. I feel afraid, so I must avoid. But the Stoics saw emotions differently. They are data points. Information about what matters to you, not instructions on how to behave. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you." That means you can feel frustration and still respond with peace. You can feel fear and still act with courage. Emotions are visitors. You get to decide if they stay. And that decision becomes easier when you've trained your mind ahead of time. 3. Discipline is a daily practice. Mental strength doesn't show up by accident. It's the result of one intentional daily effort. The Stoics began each day with reflection. What could go wrong today? What virtues will I need to practice? They trained their minds the way athletes train their bodies. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." That's why discipline matters, because when real challenges hit, your mind has already been there. No overreaction, no panic, just clarity. And once you build that internal discipline, you're ready for the next step, emotional self-control. 4. Master yourself before the world does. The world will always test your patience. Someone will disrespect you. Life will throw you into pressure and conflict. But the Stoics didn't let the outside world dictate their inner state. They believed, if you don't rule yourself, you'll be ruled by everything around you. That's why they practiced premeditatio malorum, imagining adversity in advance. It wasn't pessimism, it was preparation. So when the pressure came, they didn't crumble. They stood still, responded wisely, and held the line. But real mastery isn't just about silence, it's about turning your thoughts into action. 5. Think, then act with purpose. Stoicism isn't about staying neutral. It's about choosing your response with intention. When you stop reacting, you create space for wisdom. And in that space, you can ask, what's the most virtuous action I can take? That's how you stop being a slave to emotion and start living like a free man. Marcus Aurelius didn't just write down thoughts. He used them to lead an empire through crisis because he thought first, then acted with integrity. So can you. Train your mind, then trust your judgment. That is how mental strength is built, from the inside out. The world will always try to pull a reaction out of you. It will provoke you, distract you, overwhelm you. But you are not here to be controlled. You are here to choose, to pause, to breathe, to think. That's not weakness. That's real strength. Every time you choose reflection over reaction, you are rewriting your story. You're becoming someone who isn't moved by chaos, but who brings calm into chaos. That's what Stoicism is really about. If this message spoke to something deep inside you, if you're ready to build true mental strength from the inside out, then take the next step. Subscribe in for more Stoic lessons, grounded wisdom, and quiet power. And remember, you don't need to be louder than the noise. You just need to be still enough to rise above it.